Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Empower Biz Life. So today we have a special guest. She is from Ontario, Canada, but she's originally from Nigeria. So she will be joining us in a few minutes. But let's first start with introducing ourselves. So, hi everyone, my name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama. I work in the movie industry, and I live in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada, and I'm a digital business owner. Luby?
Hello, everybody. I am originally from Slovakia, which is called the heart of Europe, Central Europe, and I live in Ontario with my husband. I have two stepchildren and four grandchildren, and I am a proud digital business owner.
Thank you, Luby.
Thank you, Sandy.
Jen?
Hi, I'm originally from Brunei and I call Edmonton, Alberta, Canada my home now. I am a insurance broker by profession. And today my husband is not joining me because he's working. And I have eight grandchildren, three amazing children. And I'm also a very proud digital business owner.
Okay. Um, so we just want to remind everyone that every Tuesday and every Thursday we have live webinars. And then we just like if you want to know and catch up the replay, I can let you know that um, these were the hosts and the panelists for this past Thursday. So the host was Tina. She's a retired business development manager. We also have our first panelist, which is Solange. She's an AML compliance manager. We have Nancy. She's an adjudicator. And then we have Janet, a former t-shirt and fashion designer. We have Timina, a former bank employee. And then we have Shinwi, a research professional. We have Layla, a deli and bakery associate and caregiver. And then we have Ramandeep, a school educator. So, yeah. So, if you want to catch the replay, you just have to register in any of our websites with the one that you resonate most. And then you can enter your email, your name and email address, and then we'll send you the link for the replay. And if you want to catch the live webinar, is every Tuesday and every Thursday, 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST. And also, just started this week, so for those who doesn't speak English, we also have the webinar with subtitles in 5 languages. We have presently Vietnamese, French, Filipino, um, Spanish. I can't remember the other language, but it's 5 languages we have available for you. So when you click the captions, you can choose those subtitles if you speak any of those languages, and then you're able to watch the webinar with the subtitles on the bottom. Okay, so let's bring our guests to the studio. Hi, Sonia. Thank you for coming and joining us today.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you. So would you like to introduce yourself to our audience?
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Sonia, like she said, originally from Nigeria, moved to Canada 5 years ago. Next day, February 7th, precisely, will be our 60th. I'm a nurse, a wife, a mom of three adorable babies, and also running my digital business full time. And I'm going to share my journey so that you can learn one or two things. So get your popcorn ready and sit tight, and we're gonna, inspire you, educate you on what is going on in the digital space and how you can also dive in. Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you, Sonia. Okay, so let's start with the first question. All right. So, um, can you share uh, can you share your experience of moving from Nigeria to Canada, and how did that transition impact your life and career?
Oh wow. Like every other immigrant, I'm always saying we always have these amazing dreams. We have the goal of coming to a new country for a greener pasture. But immediately you get, you move, you down discover that the grass isn't that greener. You have to really work to paint it green. To get that desired life, you have to really work. I came in with my degree, my certification.
Is it just me, or is it frozen?
It is frozen for me.
Okay.
Me too.
All right. Okay. So in the meantime, Irene, so you want to introduce to the audience while we wait for our guest? Just a sec. Give me a sec. Okay. Go ahead.
Yes, so hi everybody.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing? Thank you so much. So it's really nice to see Sonia today. But my name is Irens. I'm a single mom of three beautiful kids, and I'm a digital business owner. And so happy to see her.
Thank you so much. Okay. So in the meantime, while we wait for our guest, oh, she's back. There you go. Hi,
I'm
Sonia.
so sorry, guys. These are the reality of running a digital business.
No, no worries.
Thanks.
There you go.
Okay, so like she asked the question, moving with all the certifications I had and my experience back home, we soon realized that before we could kind of, equate with the salary level, with the job and everything, it took us a while to settle. We soon realized that it's either we shrink our dream to the size of the paycheck, or we
Mhm.
actually have to, go back to school, re-educate ourselves, had do the breeding program and, settling. And I went back to school to study nursing, because in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm going to have more time for my kids. I'm going to choose my schedule to be present with my husband and everything. But that wasn't happening. The reality kind of hits when I know that I have to wake up very early, 4 a.m., leave the house 5:30, get back in the night, tired, exhausted, burnt out, and a lot of others. And the experience for me, at a point we kind of regret our action. We kind of questioned ourselves. If this was a good decision, we made the right decision, because it was really a struggle, to settle in both the culture, the weather, and trying to transition life and career, coming from where you're used to where you're not used to. Balancing all this was a bit difficult for us, for a start. But God being faithful, we kind of transitioned, struggled in between it. But today the story is different.
Yes. Yeah, no, I totally understand you the change, because we came to Canada, as an immigrant too. I came when I was in my 13s, and especially, coming, like for you and I, from a very warm country, like the weather is so hot, and then you get to the east side, where it's so cold. Of course, as a kid, like at the beginning, we experienced that amazing of seeing the snow for the first time. So it's kind of like a good experience, but then you got back to reality when you start seeing, like it's a longer periods of snow and all that. But yeah, okay. So I don't know if she's frozen again. I think she's frozen again. Okay. So let's see. Let's go for the next question. Go, Luby.
Okay, so the next question is, what were some of the biggest challenges you faced as a nurse and mother of three young children? How did those experiences shape your decision to explore a digital business?
Wow. I'm going to tell a little story here, because part of my journey is as a result of, my daughter asking me question one fateful evening. I came back home tired, heavily pregnant with the second baby, and I sat down crying. I was in tears because I was overly tired, and she asked me, "Mom, is this how every other adult works? If this is it, I don't want to be an adult." That was a reality check for me. I questioned my decision to even leave my country and move to a new country. I questioned the career path I chose. I questioned a lot of things that same night. I couldn't sleep, like coming back exhausted. Everything in my head when I was on my way was to just go in bed and sleep, but I couldn't sleep. you know the challenge is a lot because one, you get to just go and live once in a year. Before you even go to leave, you have to think about the family you're supporting. You have enough to actually go for the vacation, for the leave, a lot of things. And I was working inside, like, let me get to the 9 months of my pregnancy so I could have enough to raise the new baby that is coming, to also support my family in the process. And like I always share with people, I can't forget the fateful day, 11:25 a.m. I
Mm-hmm.
worked with patients. I didn't rest all through. That was my first day of encountering like a low BP like issue. I didn't know that was a thing, you know. But that was the day the whole place was spinning. I almost like fainted, but I got my colleague who was seeing the way I was trying to move and struggle, help me and help me inside the room. I sat down, and I was offered ice, cold water, raise your legs, and I just thought about it. I said, if this is it, what if something bad happened? It could just be about a 1 minute silence. It could just be about rushing you out of there, but the work continues. Those questions tortured me till I took, my leave, my mat leave, which I had to take on time earlier than I wanted to. And making that decision for me kind of restructured or make me realize that no matter what it is, we all need something on the side. Because guess what? I've had experiences of people who has worked for 30 years, and the only thing that could be offered is a souvenir. Maybe you choose a mug or you choose a cup or something. So, and in between those things, one, you don't have time, and there is no second chances on raising our kids. Anytime you leave back, you can't get it back. Those
Yeah.
are the things that kind of inspired me, because now I have little ones who are looking up to me to be present for them, to answer those pressing questions. Because the most formative part of a child's life, those early years, if I don't get it right, I can't get it right in their teenage age, because those are the days you frame a child to what the personality or the whatever how you want to raise your children. For me, I wanted to be present to instill those Christian values, raise them in another way, because my mom, the way I was raised, when you step outside the house and you're misbehaving, she would just look at it. She doesn't need to talk.
Yes.
You adjust yourself. And those are the ways I wanted to raise my own kids. So I can't do that all out there. I had to be present to
Mm-hmm.
answer those questions, to be present, to play with them, to be there in the formative part. Because once a child is 10, 12, they have their friends majorly in their life. Imagine the hours they spend in school and the hours they spend with you in the one day in 24 hours. So these people are gonna, have a little bit of influence on them. So if you don't have your touch, you've missed it out. So for me, those are the things that kind of moved me, that kind of informed me, that became my wholesome why, of why I decided to explore a digital business. Because the point is, I'm only a caretaker to these children. What question will I answer in the next 10, 20 years of their lifetime? So that's one of the reasons I took this leap of faith and I'm here today.
Yes. Yeah, no, what you're saying is true. Like, I had a friend who was also a business owner, and again, one of the reasons why she joined is because, she always had her little daughter asking her, Mom, why is it that, when you come, daddy leaves, and then when daddy, vice versa, it's just because one person always was at home with them, but not the other person, the other parent. So she was watching this, and then she kept asking this all the time to her mom, until she realized that, okay, I need to do something, because we cannot do this, because she was working, two, three jobs. So that's when, she looked for an opportunity, and she found this one. And now she's able to have, both of them, spend time with them together, instead of, one going one time to work and the other one at nighttime. The other thing that you mentioned was the backup plan. And yes, I totally agree, because a lot of people, including us, sometimes we think, like the job that we have is going to be there forever for us, but that's not always the case, because you can get laid off, and then if you don't have a plan B, something that can sustain you while you find another job in the meantime, then you're gonna encounter yourself in a difficult situation. And a lot of times, people stay in the same position is and they don't see a way out, because they have mortgages and all this. So for them, it's like, oh no, I have to work, because I need to pay my mortgage. So they don't see any other way out. But the reason why we doing these lives is just to show to them, that there is a way out. You can do this on the side, still working where you are, do it on the side, but this will allow you to be able, to pay off your mortgage. And a lot of people, have transitioned from doing this on the side to being their plan A, and do this full time, which is many of us, that's what we want to do, be able to do this full time and have that freedom, of time, to be able to spend with our family and have that financial free worry, that we don't have to worry about that. So I think we have a comment. Let me see here. No. Okay. So yeah, anyone wanna add something?
Yes, I wanted to add as well. I really resonate with you, Sonia, because I'm also a mom. And when the kid told you, hey, I don't want to be an adult if that's how, adult life is like. And it is sort of totally true. We are role models.
Yeah.
And how we take on onto the world is how they're going to potentially in the future take as well.
Yeah.
So I applaud you for, taking the this leap of faith, like you said, and then all of us are here in the same. So it's really great story. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna go with the second question. Do you want to read the second question, Rins?
Sure. So what initially intrigued you about the digital business proposal you came across 2 years ago? And what was the turning point that made you decide to dive in?
Oh wow. I love this part because I think it's everything that we all go through. Like I shared with you guys, the very day she asked that question, I couldn't sleep. I tried to turn on the scriptures on YouTube so I could just listen to something to distract my mind and just fall asleep. But I couldn't. And I saw this very out of this couple share their journey, their story, how they one worked with the government, one is the manager. They are now making six figure from home with their son at home and enjoying life. I'm like, what are you guys saying? Is that even true? Is it possible in this life when I'm struggling, trying to find my how are you guys making the money?
Yeah.
I asked that question, but funny enough, that was what actually put me to sleep. Thinking about it distracted me from the question my daughter asked me. So from me thinking about, oh, this is actually a reality for some people, and I'm here trying to struggle, I fell asleep. And I also woke up to this particular ad on my face. And I just laugh and ask God. I just finished my meditation. I'm like, God, is there a way in this? Anyway, the ad kind of talked about the free webinar, complimentary and all. I'm like, okay, it's free, so I don't have anything to lose. Let me just watch the ad. I watched the complimentary webinar. I was blown. You know, I saw parents like me. I saw people who are living the reality of what I want. Okay, so a lot of testimony that was shared were too good to be true. So I was scared. I was skeptical. I prayed and I see cancer. And that very day, when, like, now, guys, listen, if you're watching live or in replay, if you can't stop thinking about it, you get to go for it. Now, if you are waiting to figure out if it's all yours, that means you're missing out on an opportunity. That can't be an opportunity because a lot of times we want to have all the answers, all the whole thing, give results once, and you realize that you actually went to school blind without knowing what will happen at the end of your college. Am I going to get a job? What's the next course in the next level? You didn't get all the whole information, but you were in school. But most times we get to want to hold the whole package. I was still scared and skeptical, but what I did, I asked question, I seek counsel. I prayed about it because it's way out of my norm. I didn't have all the whole social media things and all that. But considering the fact that it's like you don't have to have prior experience. Come as you are. The training is there. And I asked them questions and they explained. They were like, okay, you know what? Just pay the access fee. If it's not for you, it's not for you. If it doesn't align with your values. And I decided to, okay, give it a try. And in my mind, I'm gonna tell you guys, in my mind, I'm like, okay, even if this is gonna be a scam, guys, they are not scamming me of $500 or $1,000. They just want 40. That was what I just had in my mind, and I took the leap of faith. And joining the community I read people's story, I scrolled through, and it put tears in my eyes, and a lot of success stories from grass to grace stories from people who have walked more than me, older than me, years than me, having to have that personal connection with themselves again. Have that, self development, knowing that you are what more than your job. Give me the push. For me, the turning point was reading a story of reading a story of this mom who the child was a special need and a lot of all that. She needed money for the surgery and the treatment. A lot of it. She couldn't get it from the 9 to 5. Going emergency back and forth and all that. That brought me to tears. And I asked myself, what if she didn't do it? And that was the turning point for me. I decided to take a leap of faith. And you know what? I quickly went to my husband and I can sometimes we want our spouse to be the one to discourage us. We want that confirmation. If he says no, that means it's not for me. But immediately I went, I said, this is what I saw, and he said, how will you know if you don't try? I'm like, okay, is this a sign? That word rang in my ears. And he said to me, you know what? Give it 1 year of your time. I know whatever you put your mind to, you will achieve. If after 1 year, you give it your time and you don't see the results you want, then you can pat your back and you walk away. That way, you actually tried and there was something there, you know. And that was how I dived in. And today, like I said, it became our plan A. The joy has no bound, and a lot of all that.
Thank you for sharing. Yes. Um, yeah, for me, like I wasn't skeptical, but at the same time, like I saw those stories, like the success stories, and I was like, oh my God, that looks too good to be true. Uh, so, but yeah, it's like we because we are new and we don't know how the things work. That's why we
Yeah.
don't understand. And when we see this financial, the successes that the business owners are having, we're like, okay, how did they make that? I mean, how did they are able to live this kind of life? But yeah, once we understand how the business work, and we find out more information, that's when we enjoy it. But yeah, for me, like I was not skeptical. I'm even looking for something like a portable business that I can take with me anywhere. So when I saw this opportunity, I was like like I actually saw so many of this ad, and then I just passed it on, and then eventually, like it clicked on me, and they say, you know what, I want to watch this. What I get to lose to watch it? So I decided to watch it. And then when I watched it, it piqued my interest, to what I saw. And then I said, okay, I'm going to go for it. And then I saw, the next step, which is the $149, right? And I say, okay, is it, like, am I gonna get like if I get scammed, for example, for the $149, am I gonna be okay to lose that money, or I'm gonna be sorry? So for me, it was, like I wanted to change my life. So, and I saw this as an opportunity. So I say, $149 is not a big investment. If I lose it, I'll take my risk. So I decided to proceed, and I don't regret it. Like as when I went in and then I saw all the things that this business offer, it checked all the boxes that of what I was looking in a business. So then that's how I end up here. And like, and when I went in, and like you say, in the community, I got to see the faces of all these ads that I was watching before, and I saw them inside, and I said, okay, so there's a lot of people. But later, more I got the opportunity um to reassure myself, was when I like 10 days after joining, I got the opportunity to travel to the convention Calgary. And then I got to see all these people in like personally, and hear their stories. And it was very inspiring. So yeah, I don't regret taking that leap of faith. And I'm actually, very grateful. I think, and for me, it was a setback too. Because, the reason why I joined is because, my industry that I work, it had a strike, so it lasted about 8 months. So by July, I say, okay, I need to find something. So that's how a setback came into a blessing for me and finding this opportunity.
Wow.
Okay. So Jen, you wanna read the next question?
Sure. Hi, Sonia. You
Hi.
mentioned hi. You working long hours and missing out on time with your loved ones. How did starting your own digital business help you overcome these challenges?
Okay. Now I started my business in January 2022, and 7 months into starting my business, I haven't actively worked, for anyone, because then I was on mat leave, and I was supposed to resume work after July because of my daughter. My was 6 months already. I was supposed to resume July, but the success I got from this business, the life changing experiences, for me, it was like a recall of my purpose. Okay, I call it a recall because, as a nurse, trying to help someone in their need of, health care, consciously administering care, to trying to support parents whose life are going to change and being transcended down to their children and generations, building that legacy. Now, supporting more parents gave me a new purpose in life. It became my joy. You know, it helped me reduce one, reduce hours. Two, I didn't have to go back. And God being faithful, I had my third baby who I didn't even know I was pregnant till my 12 weeks. you know and I asked myself, everything worked together for your good.
Mhm.
Hadn't I started, I can't go on mat leave, I will have to go back to work, and in going back to work, I'll have to work while pregnant with the third one, and the other one was still just 6 months or 7 months then. So I just see my life as this business aligned in my time of life. That's how I call it. Because then all those things came about to me, and I didn't know, how life is going to play out in the next month. But 7 months into the business, I decided to, like, you know what? Let me face my kids and face my business. So starting my business have helped me be present with my children, have helped me, rediscover my purpose in life, have also helped me support more people that I didn't know from anywhere, that became friends, families. I helping one mom actually extend down to just not her immediate family, because she also have her why of supporting the other families and, her extended family, and that became a huge why for me. So my why changed the whole trajectory for me, in terms of looking at my family and also supporting other people and seeing them replicate the same success. So missing out in my children's life, I gained back the time, because I was in my daughter's life till I know the whole milestone, the when the first words and everything, and I couldn't be more thankful. Sometimes it takes us, a brace when we are embracing something new, that we know not what is on the other side of the fence. But immediately you take a leap and scale up, you realize that your why was there. There is always that calling right there. And I'm glad I listened to that still voice. I am glad I took that leap of faith, because, like I said, 7 months down, this is 2.5 years already in my business. God has been faithful, and like I said, the monetary value is not just about monetary value, but about the skills, about the people you meet, about the self development, about the technical know how, and about sharing journey and life experiences with other people. And that is what life for me is about, because it's not just about me, being me all the time, selfish, me, my me, other people that tie to me, because all of us have destinies that only you can address. How, as in position, are you to reach out to this person? Because most times, I think when we do skepticism and ask a lot of questions, It's from the side of being scared. And I tell people, if you're scared, watch the webinar. If you don't know how else to do, pay for access to understand it. That is why we have those step-by-step training. Because for everything in life, there is a process. You got to where you got to now with a process. You
Mhm.
didn't just from baby become an adult. There was a process of growth that happened before you became who you are. The same thing when you want to start a life-changing journey. I call this a career path to anyone who is watching, because it's going to transform you. The same way we go to school, we change career, we learn new things. Everything we know in life, we learn. The same thing happens in the journey. And the best part of it is it happens from inside out in this business. And that's the beautiful part. So this business, like I said, tick the whole boss. I'm present with my kids, supporting more family, doing more ministry work, and doing things that align with my value and my purpose in life.
Yes. Yeah, I totally agree. Many times, when we join this business, a lot of things people see it as only financially,
Yeah,
that you get as a benefit. But in reality, there's so many other benefits that you get in this. And like you mentioned, one is, like the community support that you have in this business, um, like like any business, that you have your ups and downs, and then you have that support when you're down from the community support. When you have technical skills that something that you don't understand, we also have our communication app that we have is 24/7, because we are a global community, so there's always someone there that can assist you with your question. And that's how also you create like global connections. So your network, instead of being local, start to expand.
yeah,
And that's amazing too. And like you mentioned, it's not only about us, it's about also helping other people do the same. So that's our mission, helping more people to be able to achieve what we're working towards, so they can have the same financial stability, the same, like more time to spend with their families, instead of missing those milestones from their
yeah,
kids, because many times, they're working, and then their kids have, for example, during Christmas time, they have so many presentation at
yeah,
school. And for the kids, like that's very important when they see their parents, they see their family there, looking at them, when they're at the stage. It's funny because they look through the crowd to see, where is
yeah,
my dad, and when they don't see it, I mean, they feel sad inside, so to be there present for your kid is very important. So that's why, this business allows to have that opportunity to be there for every milestone in your kid's life.
yeah,
um, so the other thing I wanted to mention, you mentioned, like we also work on self development, working on a mindset, uh, because like for to do a business, you need to have a strong mindset. You need to be have that resilience, to be overcome those challenges that you might face on your journey. So, and you need to have that persistence also. So there's a lot of things that we learn in this business, besides all the skills that, when we come, we might have some skills. Some people, don't have any skills on in terms of marketing and all that. But all the training that is provided here, it provides you like, you start gaining so many skills. And you don't stop there, because like technology keeps evolving, the trending, so we have to keep up. So our training is always updating, so
yeah,
we're always updated, like on everything. So yeah, it's amazing, all the benefits that we get from the business, and how we can overcome, get more self-confidence. Like for example, doing these lives,
yeah,
it's not easy. It's not easy. Like for example, I work in the movie industry, but that doesn't mean like because I work in the movie industry that I like to be in front of the camera. I like to be behind the camera. But this is a way that you can connect with the audience, because they get to see you, they get to know you. So if you have to be in front of the camera, then you have to face that fear, because that's all what it is. It's a fear of being of facing that. So how do you work that on your mindset? So you start little by little. That doesn't mean that you do it like right away. It's a process, until eventually you're able to do it in front of the camera. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. Anyone else wanted to add something? No. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Oh, I think you're muted, sis.
Hi, Sonia. Nice to meet you, Dorothy. I just have some, as what Sis Sandy said, that there will be technical issues, and especially with kids. And pardon if you see movements in my back. Kids are running around, doing their thing, messing things up, even in technology. So, but it has to go. Anyhow, in the automation aspect of your business, sounds life changing. And that's what made my life also changing right now. On your end, Sonia, how has it transformed your daily routine and overall lifestyle?
Thank you so much. One of the main reasons I even started a business was this part because I didn't want anything. I took my time having a little baby, supporting my family, and doing a lot of things in between. This was one of the huge things that I'm like, okay, you know what? The huge chunk of this thing is out of me. I can do it. This was one of the, for me, one of the major thing I needed to hear and have to actually make life easy for me. Because being a mom, you are always there. Like now I have to run away and hide to do this life, because they are hands-on, they are still little, they are messing things up. And you know what I learned from my journey? Like one boyfriend said, if you don't learn how to make money while you sleep, you're gonna work till you die. And that makes a lot of sense when I dabbled on automation. I'm like, guys, this is the innovation I'm talking about. I have never walked into school was not automated. I had to read. None of my jobs have been they are all hands on. If I'm not there, nothing happens. If you're not there, you can't earn. But that doesn't happen in this because 90% of it is done. The 10% I tell people is about me because if I don't show up, my business won't show up. If I don't show up, you can trust me to do business with me. If I don't show up, this is like a social proof. So the automation takes away time for me to always be there. I have traveled for vacation, come back, and I come back to checks in my mailbox. I wasn't actively running on my business, but it was working for me. All the whole email campaign system that we have at the back end works for me. And sometimes I ask someone, do you think I can take my time to type all those emails in my name and I have the time to do that? No, that's because we move as the innovations move. And the beauty of it is every day we don't miss out on the next thing in tech. If it's going to happen this weekend, we will know about it next Monday. If it's going to happen on Monday, we know about it on Wednesday. And that's because we work with experts who make sure that our business is automated, that we moms are hands off, you know, because we have AI tools. We train you on using AI tools to run your business. We train you on how you can also even automate your posts. You schedule your posts, so it's not a big deal. So sometimes some of us are not actively sitting down on this thing and waiting for it to work. We plug and we go about our life, and this works for us. So this has actually transformed my routine. Helps me overall just put in 30 minutes or less in my business, and it's still running and generating results. And that is what we moms all want anyway, because we are very busy. Imagine on a Saturday, we all have our kids running and making noise in the back end. How else can we run the business if it's not automated? And the part of this also that will take the bus is the fact that you don't have a say where the algorithm drives the post or your business, exposures and awareness. And that's the beauty of it. Technology software has taken over. Everything is digitalized. Everything is digitalized. Like in the next 2 years, 5 years, all companies have a goal of moving all their platform online because you cannot even survive as a business owner without being online. Let's be face the reality. Because post pandemic, a lot of things has changed. We know the major high tech, high names that have closed down because none of them prepared for this time. The only people who are still surviving in terms of businesses, brick and mortar wise, were those who actually foresee that this is going to happen and make waves to have something on the line. Now we can order stuff online. People no Rarely do people go sit down in a place now to eat because they can immediately order these things. You can do Uber Eat and all that, and things get to your house. So things has changed, and we are all moving with innovation. So that has really changed my routine, changed my lifestyle for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. You wanted to mention something, Sis Dorothy?
I say, yeah, truly. Like I really, I'm inspired that you have a toddler, I believe, Sonia. Do you still have one? And you still managed to, yeah, you still managed to make your business, and it's inspiration. Mine is already, but they are running around together with some friends for a reunion, but they're still able to make it, and we're making this business work. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And yeah, I totally agree about the automated system, like I say, like you can take it with you anywhere, and like you can be traveling and your business is still running. And I love that, the portability and flexibility of the business. Um, and when you mentioned the the be able to, making going on vacation, and when you come back you have those checks, on your mailbox, that's amazing, because usually, when you come from a vacation, instead of having checks, you have bills to pay.
Yes.
Yeah, but this is the opposite, so it is amazing, yes, you have to put a little bit of work at the beginning, because you have to go through your training and learn all this stuff, but your hard work at the beginning pays off at the end, so then after that, you can continue doing your training, at your own pace, but you know that your business is running on the back, so you don't have to worry about that, so you can take care of your family, take care, of your business and your personal time, because you also need your personal time for yourself.
Yeah.
We need to recharge, our energy. So yeah. So yes, the automated aspect of this business is amazing. That's one of the things that really, I love it, because it really save us, from being, stuck in one place. And when you mentioned, everything moving to online, is true. I remember when I was studying back in 2016, I was studying the actually it was, I think it was a little bit more, I think it was like 2013 or 14. I was studying in business administration, and then the instructor, I remember he said, all the stores that we have, they're going to be transitioning to online. And we're starting to see that, like, many stores, they start closing, now. When you go to the malls, you see a lot of empty spaces, because they're either, moving to online business, so people are spending there. And others have kind of like, in order not to lose it, they have combined a little bit of, the brick and mortar with the online, so that way they keep, on the market. But yeah, eventually everything's going to transition to the online digital world. Okay, so the next question. Okay, so for those watching who may be hesitant or unsure about starting their own digital business, what advice would you give them based on your own journey?
Okay, first, you will never know how high you can fly until you take off. Okay, we're in the same boat with you, like, because the way God created us, we are all skeptical, taking out from from your comfort zone, and also doing something new. Always there is this safety mechanism. I always thought that, like the kids who always say stranger danger. When you're stepping into a new zone or a new area of your life, you need to take time. I always tell people, do your due diligence, okay? Because the point is, not everyone will become a business owner. Not everyone will become a doctor or a nurse or an engineer, okay? But if you take your time to watch the webinar, if you take your time to pay for access to join the community, just to have a glimpse of what we are about, you will have yourself to thank, because most time people tell me, I didn't know it was this way till I just, oh, thank you so much, and all that, yada, yada, yada. But then when we were starting, it wasn't that easy to make that decision. One, you will never know until you try.
Hmm.
Two, there is a lot of things we didn't know, and we get to know it. Like I said in the beginning, nothing in life we are just given to us. We learn, we grow, we walk, we earn. And I tell people there is always a beginning for everything. There's always a starting for everything. And with a business, you have a system, and that's the most important thing. Because for every and any business to strive, you need a system, you need a community, because you can't do it alone. Entrepreneurship is not for the babies. And that's what we are here for. And that's why we have ongoing lifetime mentorship and coaching support. Because for everything, for you to scale, you need a mentor who will always be there to advocate for you, to help you navigate your way, to help you move forward. Like I said, I always put the word advocate because I know from nursing terms we have these mentors who want you to replicate the same process. And in that way, you will see the success. Unless you don't want to see the success, I put it to you, because there is so much we can do, and we are not limited by a geographical location. This is a global business. You are not just about your area or maybe where I am in Ontario now. I do business globally, all around the continent. So, and that's what makes us scale and scale it faster. And that's the change we all deserve. So, if you're on the fence, like I always say, you need to take off your wings and fly for you to know how far you can go. Number two, if you really have a strong why, because if your why is big enough, you won't sit down there for a long time. Trust me. Now, if you also want to look forward to tomorrow, what is life with if I remain manual? Because a lot of us will always want to stick to our manual labor, manual life, manual. No, things have got digital and we have no control over it. Even our cars are hybrid now. A lot of things, even the house. You call, hey Siri, turn on the lights. Siri, turn off the lights. Hey Siri, play my music. Life has become easy. So how do you want to make yours easy? Like I always, it's your choice. Do your due diligence, okay? Pray about it, but take the leap of faith. Because in the 5 years, you will look back and you thank yourself. The best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. Another best time to plant it is now. So take the leap of faith, and we hope to see you on the inside.
Thank you. Well done. Yeah, well say. Yeah, it's true. The time is now to take that leap of faith, because if you keep waiting to see, I'm gonna see if it's gonna get better. You're staying in the same place. You're not moving from where you are right now. So what you want to do is moving from where you are to a better situation, for you and your family. So yeah, take that leap of faith, and do your diligence like she mentioned. So we have some comments here. We have Obiageli NMO. So she says, I can't wait to get there. And then we also have a comment for Mari Isabel Vargas. So hello, watching from North Carolina, USA. Thank you so much, Isabel. And thank you so much, Obiageli, for your comments and for watching the live with us. Um, okay, so we're just
Sis
going to do a
Sandy,
little.
can I
Yes.
can I also say something with
Sure.
regards to Sonia's statement?
Okay.
I like it when you said that you can never know how high you can fly without learning how to take off.
Yeah.
So I'm just really curious what, like, even others who doesn't have a toddler like you, what were your secrets to take off at that, very busy moment of motherhood, womanhood, and a businesswoman all in one? Like, how does your time management work to be able to take off?
Okay. Thank you, sis. Um,
Okay. Okay, you hear me?
yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so what I practice the 8 8 8 hour structure, okay, because I don't want to lose myself in the process. And the fact is, when you are running a business, you have to be disciplined with your time, okay. And my structure in my day is, I wake up in the morning, I still practice my savers. I do the silence, affirmation, visualization, reading, scribbling. I do this, morning miracle hours. And I've learned to command my day, as I'm a Christian anyway. So you hear me talk about it a lot. Learned to command my day in affirmation. I've learned to say what I want to say in the day. So I get it done in the morning. I do the exercises. I get myself activated. Now I get ready before the kids. Okay. I practice these things before I get them ready. I'm already ready for my day. Up and running. you know, Out of bed, we are preparing for the whole day because I have a system in me. Trust me, I didn't know it from anywhere. It was still from the training site. I learned to structure my day. and still have sanity and still sleep for 8 hours and still enjoy my time with my kids. Okay. When I was doing my training, there was I always tell people the beginning is mercy. That's because you're setting up. When I was setting up for my training, I do it in the night when my kids are asleep. I focus and I tell myself I have just 1 hour to put in my business. And that 1 hour, I run it through. Immediately my alarm clock rings, I drop everything and I go to bed. That is a structure I set for myself because I am not looking for a quick fix. This is a business I'm running. Okay, so I don't want to get it all jumbled and no, like, and even with the food we cook, if you cook it very fast, it's not gonna taste yummy. So you have to
True,
take your
true.
time to prep those ingredients, the spices, the everything. So I take my time. I structure my day. In a day, I always tell people, if you want results, have a money generating task you do, okay, based on your business. If it's to follow up, if it's to do, have a time. Once your alarm rings, stop what you're doing and move to the next thing, which is spend time with your family. You can't lose touch of your people who are your why. You can't even do the business around them because these are the why you took the step of faith. So you can't, because okay, I'm running a business now, so I'm going to get all of you out. Let me do the business. No, these are the people you want to grow with. So once the alarm time clocks, and when I see my kids are not having it with being busy, I close up and I pay attention to them. They need me at that time. They need me because they are also my business.
Yeah.
They need me and I do it. So you structure your day, command what you want to do, cut it 8 8 8. If you're still working full time, when you get back from work, take time to sleep. If your time works for you in the night to structure or schedule your posts, you do that in the night. But do it 1 hour or less. You do it that side and make sure you don't overdo it because the social media can be so distracting that when you come in there, you spend a lot of time. Don't find yourself scrolling endlessly. You want to get inspired, go to the DT community, enjoy the whole thing, and go back to life. Just taking the inspiration and go. Because if you keep scrolling, the time is going, you're worn out. Because the more you look at the screen, the more your brain are exhausted. Nothing is turned off in your body. It's still on and active, working. So, but when you tell yourself, I just have 5 minutes to be here, to just see who I want to read the post and get inspired, read it and up you go. You don't leave there. You've already scheduled, algorithm is working in your favor. Get to life. And that's how I run it. I don't sometimes some people ask questions. I automate also my messenger. So it's easier for me. I have like a boot thing, I put it there. I'll tell you, do whatever thing in my time because I'm a human being like you. I don't have to sleep there to get to you. If it's for you, it's for you. Okay, and that is how I run it.
I
Thank you,
really
Sonia.
like
Thank you.
I really like, Sonia, what you're saying, because what I hear a lot is balance of life.
Yeah,
You have to have a balance,
yeah.
and it is challenging, especially when at the beginning you're so used to have already a structure, and now
Mm-hmm,
you're adding something on top of what you've never really done before.
mm-hmm,
But I really that you share that, so thank you so much.
yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we have arrived to the end. So just doing a little recap of what we talked about today. So we heard the experience, from moving from Nigeria to Canada from our guests. Also, we talk about the biggest challenges, that she faced, as a nurse and as a mother, and how these experiences shape her decision to explore this online business. Also, we talk about the how what made her decide, when she saw this opportunity to decide to actually, take that leap of faith. um Also, the working the long hours, how this business help her, like how with transition, from her nursing, to doing this and having more time with her family, and be able to provide also financially. So we also talk about the different the automation system, like how it is amazing, like you can be sleeping and your business is working, behind the scenes for you. Or when you travel, the same thing, when you come from travel, instead of getting, bills, you're getting checks, so that's also the automated side of it. And then she also, gave talk to our viewers, in terms, like for starting the online business. We want to just remind everyone about, if you want to catch the replay from the live webinar on Thursday, these were the panelists. So the host for Thursday was Tina. She's a retired business development manager. We also have the panelist Solange. She is an AML compliance manager. We had Nancy. She's an adjudicator. We have Janet, a former t-shirt and fashion designer. We have Timina, a former bank employee. We have Shinwi, research professional. And then we have Leila, a deli bakery associate and caregiver. We have Ramandeep, and a school educator. So yeah, so the live webinars is every Tuesday and every Thursday, 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST. So if you want to learn more about the business, you can just register in any of our websites with any person that you resonate with, and then you can register with your name, your email address, and we'll send you an invitation to the webinar so you can see the business plan that we offer. You can hear the testimonials from business owners from our community. And also, you get invited to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories in there, and also more information about the business. I also wanted to mention, for the webinar, um, the live webinar and the replay will have also, the replay one has subtitles in any language, and the live webinar for now they have subtitles in 5 languages, which is French, Spanish, Vietnamese, Filipino. Do you remember which one is the other one? I can't remember.
Arabic.
There's one more.
I believe
I
it's
think it's
Arabic, isn't it?
Spanish.
Oh yes, Arabic. Yes, Arabic.
Arabic, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So they have, for the meantime, they have on those 5 languages. Later on, they're going to be adding more languages to the live webinar, which is great because, for those who English is not that strong now, they can watch the live webinar with the subtitles on the bottom. So we also wanted to mention, um, the if you want to follow each one of us on our business page. We have Irene, so you can follow her on the business page that you see on the screen. Um, and then we have Lubica, her business page is on the top. And we have also our guest, her business page is on the top, Sonia Ibeh. And then we have Jen, her Facebook page is on the top. And then we have Dorothy, her is on the top. And yeah, and then me, Sandy, to Empower Lives. Um, so yeah, and then the websites that we have on the screen. So we want to thank to all our viewers who watch us today, and then for those watching the replay, thank you for all your comments. Thank you for your emojis, and for watching and being with us. If you are watching a replay, just say in the comments, where you're watching from, just to show how global we are. And of course, we want to thank our guest today, Sonia, for sharing part of her time, your busy time, mommy time, with us, and with the audience to share her experience and her journey. So a lot of mom can relate to her, on her journey, and they can change their lives, as how Sonia has changed her life. So yes, so we want to thank everyone again, and until the next episode of the Empower Biz Life. Good night, everyone, wherever you are. Good morning.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.